to our Daggerheart Homebrew actual play campaign. Pull up a chair and grab a snack, prepare for epic art. It's a homebrew brewed in a bathtub, played with Daggerheart. We've got Bex, Alyssa, Daniel, and they're bringing all the heat, with Soz and Andy in the mix to make the squad complete. And then there's Lefty, our fearless guide, and so financier. He funds this operation with change found in his rear. The budget comes from Lefty's prison pocket, so the props are kinda trash. But who needs fancy lighting when you have zero cash? So we're here on a weekly schedule, consistent as the pouring blood and sweat and tears to make sure we have fun. Our dedication is unwavering, our passion is intense. So welcome to the broadcast, to the few who found the link. Our viewer count is single digits, teetering on the brink. But whether you are 12 people or maybe only 3, you're the best darn audience in our 1,000-year history. Welcome to the show! Welcome to the show!
And we are live. What am I missing? Stuff. That's the wrong one. Oh. That's the wrong one. I don't have a button for that yet, apparently. There we go. All right. When you lean over that way, you're behind your picture.
I'm not.
Should I move your picture to the other side?
No. I can scoot. I have room to scoot.
Room to scoot tonight.
Am I still in front?
You are. You're now closer to center than you ever have been.
You're almost centered. Look, my character cannot be in the center. Whoever the center is most likely to get shot.
Okay. We had a session last week, believe it or not. We actually did have a session last week. Unfortunately, some jackass in the production crew forgot to press the record button correctly. I forgot to verify that the record button was pressed. Yes, okay, yes, it was me. So we missed it, unfortunately, which means we're going to have to spend an extra minute or two going through the session summary. Please accept my deepest and most heartfelt apologies. As heartfelt as it can get. So on the night after the defeat of the Rift Stalkers that were summoned from the blood of Strixus, camp was made with the Inferiax forces centered up in a nice tight tent formation with several of Makara's orc minions surrounding that. So there was basically a ring within a ring of our friendly, quote, friendly, unquote, forces. Strixus the next morning awoke to an empty tent and remembered having heard a single peal of lightning and seen a single flash of thunder. No, other way around. Heard a single peal of thunder and seen a single flash of lightning. He found the tent that he was in, that he had been sharing with his brother, empty. So he dressed and exited, where he found Makara's troops already breaking camp, and Commander Cronus only just getting started on doing that. Strix asked her about Fick, but but neither she nor any of her men had tracked him leaving the tent that night. So they decided that they were just going to have to hope that Fick knew what he was doing and get on with the mission. Strix spent a couple of minutes with Makara and offered to help her with the raid that they had been planning on a nearby town. In exchange for intelligence about the immediate area, she shared what she knew about the cities and towns that border the Grim Fang lands. And that was satisfactory enough to convince Strix to have Commander Kronos wrangle the troops, and they decided on a plan of action for the raid of the town of Drurum. They decided they were going to place 4 sappers and a detachment of legionnaires with Makara's Iron Tusk Raiders, and they were going to penetrate the northwestern gate of Drurum. They also set up aside another detachment of Iron Tusk legionnaires and skirmishers that were going to act as a distraction at the western gate, and then the remaining troops would flank around Drurum to the river, led by Strix himself, to take over the port and raid any of the ships that were docked there. Makara held her outriders, her ranged, her archers, horse archers, in order to guard the loot depository area where they gathered all of the loot that they were taking out of the city. Andy's character Text Arcana, what is it, a blue?
He's a blue
rivet in a cowboy hat.
Mm-hmm. And I think he has a shotgun staff.
Yeah. He was in the town of Drurum, as it happened, conveniently enough, to collect a debt from the Black Arch warehouse owner, Bolger. And they set about eating breakfast. Strix, Kronos, and Makara began their raid, and Strix signaled that it was time to breach the wall with a guiding bolt fired into the sky. The sappers who had been riding with the Iron Tusk Riders darted into the walls, pitched their glycerin bombs, decimated the gate, and brought down the towers on either side, breaching the city relatively easily, actually. And the raiders found their way into the city. First time for Makara's forces. This is the first time they'd actually been inside the city. So this was a banner moment for the Orc tribe. Texarkana and his companion Shadow went to the river's edge. They did not see the guiding bolt, but they did hear the detonations of the glycerin bombs. They decided that it really wasn't affecting the people around them so much, who had been pretty much inured to the orc raiding process, because the orcs never came inside the wall, so it wasn't really a thing. So they continued on to Bolger's warehouse, and Tex gave Bolger his ultimatum. He said, "Safe before safety, buddy. You pay us, and then you can finish unloading your contract." Bolger relented and led Tex around to the building where he has his offices. Strix and his force flanked around the city and began raiding the buildings on the river, setting fires to clear the way to make sure that they would remain undisturbed from the rear while they made their way towards the docks. 3 ship captains of the 7 that were currently ported at the city docks, they decided to push off and try to make their way to safety on the river, but Strix took wing. He popped his bone and smoke wings, and still think it's a killer plan. Still think it was a killer plan.
Mm-hmm.
He became essentially a living bomber, allowing.
That was a drop ship for a minute.
Yeah, he was a dropship. He allowed several skulks to shadow step, essentially, from the ground up into the shadows cast by his in the underside of his wings,
dude, and just dropped them down.
Dropped them down onto the
deck. You missed some cool stuff.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Dude. Now, I don't regret it.
No, it's fine.
I'm sorry, though. That's bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was really cool.
You needed to rest, man. I know what you were going through.
The Skulk forces took over the ship relatively easily, and they maneuvered the ship to block the river, stopping the other ships behind them from leaving. Makara's forces pushed into the city, quickly encountering guard barracks, which emptied and really hit her forces really hard. But Makara's forces ended up on the winning side of it, but many lives were lost before the surviving guard forces dispersed into the city and began street-to-street guerrilla-style defense. The Iron Tusks prevailed, and they began transferring loot out of the city to the Outriders Depot. The blocked ships on the river all kind of floated and kind of gathered, forming their own kind of blockade because a bridge managed to act as this kind of a buffer zone where they could catch the boats and prevent them from moving downriver. Strix noticed a standoff on the bridge between some of his legionnaires and a blue ribbit in a cowboy hat. He seemed to be keeping his men at bay with some sort of a ranged weapon, which we know to be a shotgun staff of some sort.
Now, to be clear, it shoots magic and not bullets.
Yeah. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it fire yet. He hasn't actually used it in combat. Strix decided to investigate and flew in, landing directly behind the ribbit. Bolger used this as a distraction to disappear into the chaos. Tex Arcana broke the standoff, pursuing his target but not engaging any of Strix's men. So Strix let him go, vowing, "We'll meet again!" And Strix resumed his focus on the raid of the ships. I feel like I'm missing the part where Shadow did that.
No,
happen?
that hadn't happened. We hadn't got
That
there
happened
yet.
later.
That
I
happened
need you to
later.
step in when we get to that point because I know it's not in there. Strix decided that there was more profit in capturing some of the ships rather than trying to take loot off of the ships, and began collecting loot on the decks of the two ships that he had captured from the ships that were now all kind of collected at the bridge. Ships that were not looted or that had been looted and were now empty became targets. He took back to the air again, and with some remaining glycerin bombs from the sappers, he bombed the crap out of those ships, allowing only one ship finally to carry some hope of surviving. Though that was probably going to be a pretty tough situation, given that they were going to have to navigate flaming, sinking wreckage in the river in order to do so.
Hey, if they can earn their survival, all the better.
Exactly, you gave them a fighting chance.
It's not up to us if they live or not. That's up to them. It's at about this point when I think caught up with Tex at the gate. He was trying to get inside the city.
Yeah, okay.
And I caught up, and I finally noticed him and caught up with him.
So you dropped down on...
I literally dropped down on top of him.
You had him pinned, and we're starting.
Yeah, and then Shadow dropped down on top of me.
Shadow had placed himself, and that had already been declared, up on the gates of the wall above the bridge, or above the gates. The wall above the gates.
Top of people.
And exactly, Murda fell down upon Strix's shoulders. Strix managed to roll out from under that hit and was not pinned, but that meant that the ribbit was able to get up and get away, while it was the Murda Crokin who ended up being prone for a little while, but nothing came of
Pulled the
that.
same move in side quest.
Yeah, basically, Tex. I told him, I don't want to hurt you. I just want to talk to you. Because you've got something I've got now, and I want to talk about what that means. Effectively what it was. And he's just like, and he was just like, you got any money? And he's like, I got ship's worth. And he's like, that'll do. It's like, I got 2 ships worth.
So, and that was enough for them to hook up. No deals were actually struck at that point, but that did mean that Tex was now following along for the ride. Tex and Shadow both were now following Strix along for the ride. Chorus, Commander Cronus, assigned 2 runners to go to Makara to inform her that they would await her 2 hours march downriver towards their campsite. They would weigh anchor there, following the river's course out of the city. The runners ended up going and meeting up with Makara, who had already left the city and left the fields of the city, outside the city, after burying 75% of the loot that they collected right at the depot site. She picked up her forces and moved the surviving troops and the 25% that they could actually carry back to the campsite where we had spent the night last night.
Mm-hmm.
The runners informed Makara that the Infernus allies had taken ship and were waiting for them at the rally point 2 hours march north.
Mm-hmm.
So she diverted her troops to go meet them. The 2 forces rendezvoused and regathered their forces. Strix, during that rendezvous, negotiated with Tex. Tex's continued service in exchange for one of the 81 chests of gold that they claimed in the river raid. Tex nearly vomited in joy, claiming that for that kind of pay, my grandson will be in your service if I ever have one.
I was grinning in demon.
That shit. Strix and Makara also negotiated and entered into a blood bond of mutual service. The 2 forces ended up planning to separate. The Infernus would return back to the cavern to share their successes with the Emperor, and the Orcs would return to Grimfang to honor their dead. Further coordination would be coming
We
soon.
also discovered where the cave is almost literally right outside the walls of the capital.
About that.
We'll get to that.
What did you do?
We'll get there. About
What
that.
did you do?
It's about the right time.
There, yeah. So, as you guys are getting ready to weigh anchor and decide where you're going to port for what you're going to do with the ships, you're on a river right now. You've got 2 directions you can go, and one of them is back where you just came from through the city you just raided.
Mhm.
So, you see Makara's forces heading back across to the southwest, I think, back to the center of the plains. And you see, as you saw a while ago, that there are 2 ships in the center of the river, and that they seem to be manned by Infernus, and well, no, there are Infernus on the ships, but there are also crews that were overtaken. So that we'll start with the spotlight on Thick Ryman.
I'm going to ride up to where I can start hollering at the ship and hail, hail! Is Strixus aboard?
I'm aboard.
Are you below decks? Are you on the deck?
I think I would have been inspecting the hold, like going through and actually seeing for myself what we have.
Gotcha.
Maybe talking to Tex of like, okay, like I know we have like 80 chests
now,
of gold, but that doesn't necessarily mean like it's all gold. It's like, what is the valuable items here?
Right.
So yeah, I probably would have been doing that whenever someone comes and fetches me.
And you'll hear the voices outside because it's just a layer of wood between you and those voices. But after just a short minute, someone shouts down through the hole, my lord Strixus,
What is it?
your brother is ashore.
Ah, there he is. And I will come aboard. I will come up to the top deck. See you in the distance.
I'm on a horse.
Cock and eyebrow. Commander, it seems that my brother has reappeared.
My lord.
Do you care to join me, or
If this will keep.
just like lift her up and And fly over and land
That's so
beside
scary.
you. Brother! There you are. We were just about ready to come looking for you.
I don't really have an answer. I got teleported back to the cave.
How did that happen?
I don't have an answer. I don't know.
Just said.
On the bright side of things, we fucked up. There was another town behind the cave.
Yes, we've learned about this.
I've investigated.
Yes, it turns out that that is the capital of the kingdom we've ended up in.
I did learn that as well, yes. Did you know that we're not the only new ones here?
What do you mean?
Apparently, it seems on the other side of this continent, there is another new race. And they come in pairs.
Are there Infernus?
No, these ones are called fairies. Bear with me, they don't know anything either. But that's the good part.
Oh, right.
They know they come in pairs and they've only found one.
When you say pairs, the fairies come in pairs?
So the new races.
I see.
So there's the fairies, and then there's us.
That is an advantage. Though we've certainly... Word is going to get out quickly unless we activate. Because we just hit a town.
I see that.
My lords, I'm stuck on new races. How does that?
From what I get, when a new moon shows up,
What is a moon?
I didn't get that.
Wait, was that the thing in the sky that was causing all the lightning?
That felt like a weird question to ask, so I didn't. But when a new moon shows up, apparently they bring gifts, is what they've been called. 2 new races every time.
But the invasion was scheduled well in advance.
And only one race has shown up this time.
We were on schedule. Interesting. I don't know what that benefits us, but it is interesting.
We're
If I-
not invaders.
Exactly, it means we're gifts. Or could be in a position to suggest that we are the other
Yes,
gift. I'm understanding this.
yes. This
That's going to be a harder sell after today.
Only to this town.
True. The kingdom doesn't matter.
none
And
of-
from what I've learned, they're not exactly managed.
So there's your experience, but none of my experiences back in the capital have been particularly violent. And this means that nobody's going to know what the truth is.
That is beneficial. And you entered the capital
Yes,
easily?
there weren't any walls.
Why are there no walls?
I don't know. But there weren't any walls.
Oh, they're
Nobody questioned it. Nobody stopped me. There was the bartender that was very curious about me, but I didn't give them any information.
He just starts laughing like, Commander Cronus, these people, as disorganized as we've learned they are, it seems that they are trapped in a cycle of peace.
Given what we've heard about the mismanagement of the state, I would think that wouldn't last long. To think that the capital The kingdom has no walls?
There was one building there that did have walls, but there was just the one building.
A keep of some sort?
It seemed as much. It
That's
was
just-
much taller than the rest.
That is just strategically unwise, because it would be easy enough to form a siege perimeter around that place and starve out anyone inside. If Father seeks conquest, this will be very easy.
Especially since that's right outside the cave.
We have... This will be interesting to discuss with the Hexarch.
I'm going to instruct the crew that we weigh anchor, get moving. We need to see His Imperial
Yes,
Highness
we
at
do.
the earliest opportunity.
And you don't know of how you reached...
I don't. I wish I did, brother. That would be something worth telling.
Can I roll an insight against him?
Yes, you
I
can.
fell asleep and woke up in the cave.
I guess I'd be instinct because it's like sense.
And you can roll a presence, which should be contested.
Well, then it doesn't matter what I got.
He's absolutely telling the truth. Like, he's so much telling the truth that you don't feel like he could possibly be telling the truth.
Sevens, by the way.
My total was 12 with hope.
Fiddling exactly. Yeah.
Hate
To say the least,
It sounds so believable. I go back around to, like, I don't believe you.
right. But it's unassailable.
lying
You
about
have
something.
absolutely no foundation that you can start prying.
It's just pride at this point. It's just like, on principle, I don't trust you. Then perhaps small miracles do happen, even to those from below.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Well, why don't you come aboard, brother? And we will move to better moorings and then make our way back to Father.
And what about my new friend? Because I'm on a horse. This whole
Right, I forgot
conversation.
about that. I'm not sure if... I will bring the horse.
As you wish, my lord.
I'm going to humor... He's like, I just look and like, I'll humor him. Do I need to roll a strength check to lift horse?
You would absolutely need to, because your wings allow you to carry someone your weight or less. So I'm going to need you to beat a 16, sir.
I will spend my 1 point prayer dice to get to 16.
Oh, you were right on the edge of it.
I just kind of...
Oh dear.
It's like...
Did I get off first?
Can I say no for funny?
Absolutely.
I was with fear, if you wanted to say.
Thank you. That makes 2. Everybody on both ships, everybody that's on deck, stops and goes slack-jawed as the fucking Red Hulk.
I slowly stand up. There is a audible... Brother,
Yes.
you're going to have to find a way to get the horse off the boat yourself.
I'm sure there's a plank around here somewhere.
Wings kind of fold in, and actually, I think what happens with the wings is when they're not out, it actually folds into almost this like regal-looking cloak of like broiling smoke.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So even though you're like crick walking now.
I am. Hold on. Let me. I feel like I should roll the presence roll to see if I can get away with looking cool and not like I just hurt myself. Oh, I rolled great.
Okay, I was gonna say we'll give you an advantage time, but if you don't need it,
Oh, I'll take it. I want to see how high I can get. Okay. 21 with hope.
that's 23.
Is with hope.
Take it home. Oh, sorry, you're right. Wishful thinking.
Actually, I'll burn that hope because to do that, I've read the ability again. I have to spend a hope in order to carry somebody. So we'll just say that the hope ate moving the horse and my brother at the same time.
As fun as that was, brother. Please go.
You're right. Never again. Never again.
One of the crew members grabs the horse's reins and starts walking over to a place where maybe they can keep a horse on the deck. Maybe.
This is ridiculous. I didn't think about it. I didn't think this through at all.
This is almost as ridiculous as the 2.5.
The 2.5?
The 0.25.
Oh, right.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
So
No reason that should have worked.
no, none of it should have. None of it.
I shouldn't have had the horse in the first place.
You shouldn't have.
Just,
There's a
the
story.
basic. There's
Yeah. We did a recording,
Mhm.
but it was and I swear to God, it's the last time we will be plagued by audio issues.
Mhm.
So it's barely. I'm fine. But Bex is barely understanding. I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Bex is barely understanding.
Yeah.
I'm fine. So yeah. We have the recording. I'm going to use it to be able to create that, but I don't even think the AI is going to be able to understand it enough to be able to hear it transcript.
It sounded like a Clank recording.
Oh, that's
Yes, it
funny.
sounded like
That's
a
really funny.
long conversation between two clients. But we figured out what it was,
kind
and
of
we
charming,
fixed it,
actually.
and now I can be happy. Right now, I can finally. I believe our audio quality almost matches our video quality.
As long as
Right? Every baby hold together. Stefan Solo.
Just a fire starts.
So
Anyway.
Cronus whips around and shouts at the command deck, "Weigh anchor!" And
I
three
will.
guys gather around the wheel and start coning.
I suppose while I stretch and rest my back, I'll pull him in and just explain to him what happened during the raid, and how I have secured allies of 4,000 orc raiders.
That's wonderful news. That's wonderful news. I've made a friend, I suppose. And then I made the horse is rather friendly. So there's that. But
We'll have to. Unfortunately, it did cost us well over half the expedition.
that is very unfortunate, but
It is.
tends to happen during raids.
It does. We were working off of incomplete information in a territory we were unfamiliar with.
So no surprise, really.
No, but I feel the spoils gathered will suffice.
And then 4,000 is a worthy sacrifice, my lord.
Yes.
You will be praised.
Yes, we've gathered 80 chests worth of valuables here.
Oh.
This realm does not run on souls, it runs on gold, primarily.
I mean, that's good, because I ended up spending all of what I had.
You had gold?
I had a few coins I picked up. I had run out, and then I found 3 more in the saddlebags over there.
We're in the money.
We are in the money right now.
So that's wonderful news that we have trade.
Yes, I've also made contact with my lovely amphibious friend. Would you introduce two texts? Just a brief, like, out of in thing, just like, he has contacts and information across this kingdom.
He's seasick.
Yeah, he's seasick. Right now.
Seasick right
He's
now.
river sick.
Exactly. That's why it's funny.
Yes. What's a frog?
Also true.
Also, for one measly chest of these valuables, he's basically pledged his life.
That's rather cheap.
Yes. This material is common from where we're from. It's very valuable here, though.
That's good news. That makes things easy for us on a level or two.
Yes.
One might think to ask His Imperial Highness to have the imps see about importing some of that resource.
That would definitely help supplement.
Raiding is profitable,
Yes.
to be fair, to be sure, but
To run an
also
empire, we need deeper
expensive.
coffers. Yes.
deeper cost.
We'll also need more friends.
Indeed. If I'm remembering right, I could be wrong. There are other groups out there that we might be able to. Did Makara say there were other tribes or other groups out there?
I don't remember her mentioning.
Okay. Right, and we found out there are other kingdoms
Yes.
that don't care for this one.
Right.
So that might be an avenue there. But outside of Makara's forces and our own, we don't have any easy access allies.
One other piece of information that might be beneficial, but I don't know to what extent. There appears to be two royalties, and one of which gets a lot of giggles. Lots of laughter happens. I don't know what that is.
There are two kingdoms? Or two rulers of this one?
I think it's two rulers of this one. And
It's overly complicated.
Yes, I didn't get to ask any questions about that.
You do remember the second name, the one that was
Anus.
taken less seriously, was Anus.
Yes.
I can't imagine why. Anus?
Yes. Anus and the other royalty has a similar name, but less similar.
What is their name?
I think it was Ainor.
Aenor and Anus. So, yes. At least one of those happens to be in that keep outside of our cave.
Do you know which one? There's a lot of interesting information.
It certainly was. And then they gave the information out for free and then accepted payment after.
Information brokers are something we're aware of.
It was not information. The gentleman stood on a stage, said his piece, and then pointed at a hat. And people threw money at the hat.
Just look at Kronos. Is like,
I haven't the foggiest, my lord.
was he a minstrel?
He did not carry a lute of any sort.
This realm is strange.
I agree.
We need to conquer it and fix them.
Whatever we could take
Let's
advantage.
do it, but I want to. His name was Cronkite.
Cronkite.
His name is
That's
Crone.
the way it is.
We're literally in the asshole of the world. It's Arnor, or it's Anor, Anus, Cronite, which sounds like Crohn's disease.
Oh,
Walter Cronkite.
Walter.
Walter Cronkite was a reporter in '67.
Oh, I've heard that name before, but my brain went Crohn's disease. After hearing Anus.
you know that tracks
Yeah.
in all the worst ways.
Mm-hmm. Well,
At the very least, we can take advantage of what we can while we can.
it would be pertinent to send information gatherers into this capital if they have no defenses. If they are so freely giving out information.
They didn't seem too bothered by my presence either.
I'm assuming it's a melting pot of other strange beings was in there, yes?
There were a few differences.
There were, yeah. You will have noticed some horned beings, not like yours. Shriveled, yeah. All kinds of the animals, the furred ones that walk on their hind legs and wear clothes like you.
There were many.
Even some men with metal skin. No.
The Earthkin could bear that, but
Right, but yeah, no. Obviously, my intention was Clank, but
Too early in
it's too early for that.
only one Clank exists, right? Correct. And he is not technically here. He ain't no Clank.
Any whoosies.
Yay.
Interesting.
So where are we going to park the boat?
I'll have to find an inlet close enough to the cave to be conspicuous yet attainable. Wouldn't want Father's new fleet to go awry.
Oh, we've already done it. Good. If I may.
Getting a drink? Get your drink. Well, then go back upstairs. Go for it. Oh, look at it. Love you. So it would seem that it's just a bad idea to roll against Fickler. For whatever reason.
Alright, so we'll just. Okay, markers turned off.
I do have markers turned off.
Okay, well, I thought, see, that's.
For a reason, because apparently there's a bunch of stuff there that I'm not supposed to know about.
I'm an asshole who can't do stuff.
You gave me a copy, and I don't know if there's a way to not give me a copy. If you give me limited information, then that'd be awesome. But I don't know if that's a thing that can be done.
Oh, can I retroactively say something?
Yeah.
We would have tried to collect as many of our dead before leaving as we could.
Ah, yes, I
Yeah.
definitely see that.
I imagine Tara would have
Yes, oh, absolutely. She.
You know, destroying most of those ships, minus the one, but it's going to take a while for it to get out of where it's at. Definitely bought us time to formulate our own stories. It was merely.
They were unrelated.
They're totally unrelated to us. Granted, I can't be there to show my face because they would definitely know who I fuck am.
Ah, yes, but
They don't know you.
they don't know me. You're gonna hate relying on this.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I'm going to rely on Father and not you. I can't control if he chooses to give you an idea of something. This is true.
Thorns.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was that.
that. Yes. Yeah. Now I'm ready to figure that. Yeah, she's alone. She's doing it when he's not around.
But she doesn't do it right every time either. Like, even when she is by herself, she'll still sit there and pat at the landing zones like, okay, there's something here, right?
Like a feeder thing.
It's
Catnip trap.
something like that. It's got treats in it, but you have to spin a fish round to get the treats to pop out one of the small holes. And they like Freya specifically will pat at the base of the thing and then the landing zone for where the treats are, but she won't touch the fish very much. So
She wants to skip the middleman.
Exactly. Just make it appear. Too. Okay. So it is probably a good 4 because we're going. We're going upstream, which means sails when possible, but oars for a large portion of the time. So we're looking at probably about 8 hours before you know to look for the mound.
I know the mound I'm looking for. So
it is big enough that you cannot see the city proper on the far side of it, but you can see the haze that arises from such a large community.
Wouldn't this count as any time of like short or long rest?
This going to be long rest. We're talking 8 hours of just chilling on deck.
Okay. I just needed to get my. Ooh, I have a armor slot. Okay.
It doesn't let you select 2 things for a while.
You have to choose 2 different things.
Well, no, it doesn't let you choose.
And let me choose 2 different things.
I only have 1 move.
Haha.
Did you do one already? What is going on?
Because my short rest has 2 moves, but my long rest has 1 move.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's due to the favor thing.
It is. When you select Tithe, it removes one of the moves.
Yeah, because
Unselected
you
it
have
and
to do
brought it back.
because you either have to do the tithe or he gets fear.
Okay. And that means
That's cool.
It hasn't come up yet in the primary game, but yeah, that's part of it. Because we've had a lot of stuff going on in between rests. We have not gotten many long rests.
Not in the main campaign.
Nope.
Yeah, we're still on the second day, I think.
Yeah, this is only day 2?
No. This is day 3. Day 3 or day 4. Because you arrived.
Because I've only gotten one long rest and had to tithe. Oh no, I've tithed twice. Okay, yeah, I just remembered. Yeah, I did tithe twice.
Okay.
It's still not the ninth of the day.
It's been amazingly tight, and that hasn't necessarily been like on purpose, but it is making for. I like seeing that resource management having to be an issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that's a whole other campaign.
Yeah.
Main campaign.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Hopefully, we'll get to do that again soon.
This is nice filler, though.
This is so much fun. But
We'll do the other stuff.
Anyway,
so you can get relatively close before there is a cut-in right at the base of the mound, where the river kind of hooks in behind the mound and then heads back out and starts to kind of circumscribe the mound itself.
so that I will make sure that I point that out on because I think I'm the only one that knows this right now. Yeah, go over there.
You mean follow the river?
Yes, go over there. Yes.
incredible deduction.
I was here earlier today.
Yes. It's incredible to figure out that we have to go the only direction we can go.
No, we could go the wrong way.
We can only go the direction we can go.
It's relatively obvious once you pointed out that here's where we're going to want to drop anchor and kind of see if we can keep the ship's secret here. So Kronos signals to drop anchor, and
Commander, I would recommend leaving a few of our men here to make sure that the ships don't suddenly leave.
agreed, and are moved along with it. So yeah, we'll see about maintaining a guard until we can get some rank and file up to start boarding.
Yes, we'll need maybe a few dozen or a few hundred of souls to come and gather up.
Agreed.
We can load some on the horse too.
It may be pertinent to take a few bits and bobs with us to show what we've gotten. Figure take at least one chest with us. Use the horse.
Spend a little time trying to find something more impressive.
Is there a crown?
Would you like to do a fate check, or?
I will do a fate check. Let's see if there's a crown amongst the loot. Now, remind me how the fate check works.
If fear is higher, there is none. If hope is higher, there is.
Which
That's your decision to make.
big is hope, small is fear. You are not rolling, sir.
But I already missed
Hope 1.
hope one.
There is a crown.
What was your hope?
10.
Because mine was a 9.
It's bigger than a coronet.
Mhm.
It's not quite like a Henry VIII velvet line thing, but it is a nice kind of Arthurian style, with a thick-ass ringlet.
I will pick this up and carry it with me. I earned this, motherfucker. I bled for this.
Did you?
Me, personally, no. My men did, though.
No, heavens no.
Hey, I'm not above bleeding
My
for.
men did, and it was a sacrifice I was willing to
Hey, I'm not above bleeding for my own spoils. It just didn't happen.
There is about a half an hour extra wait while several of the crew members are made to take hawsers to the back of the boat and try to haul the boat alongside the shore so they can drop the gangplank to get the fucking horse off.
And if they get up, you'll just remind them, you got to live. That
does
can
happen.
change.
The horse is removed, extricated from the ship. Fortunately, it takes only your kind presence leading him. He really made a positive impression on that part.
I don't know how.
How did you do?
Made
What
a
did you
presence
crit?
roll, and he rolled over 20.
Wow. That horse likes you. It's weird that the demon is probably a better horse owner than the original horse owner.
Given that the horse reached out to me first,
And it stopped him. Yeah, it was kind of
Help me. I will take hell over
Help
this.
you. So yeah, you guys get a formation going and head. Do you want to go around the long way, or do you want to go the short way, which will take you within view of the city?
I think we should take the long way to keep hidden better.
yeah, that feels okay. Because, I mean, there's no walls for them to stand on to see us.
I would imagine there are watchtowers, though.
The castle is directly on that side.
This is also true.
Long way
I
it
feel like
is.
Fick would remember that without having to roll.
Yeah. And I was thinking about that too, as you were saying. It's like,
The castle is the
there's
one thing,
no
and it's
walls.
on
There's-
that
there's-
side of the building.
There are
of the
those
city.
4 walls right there. But there's a lot of trees.
Trees don't matter if the building's taller than the trees.
Yes, but the leaves matter if we're on the ground.
It depends on the distance and angle. We're not that close to the woods.
Yes, but we are also very colorful.
Long way it is.
Look, I'm not arguing with going the long way. I was like, but like, is there a benefit to not going the short? There isn't, but there isn't is. So, yeah. We'll go along.
It's only about an hour's march around the base of the mount before you come to the opening that was blown open by the glistening bomb. Just as earlier today, the wood smoke and bone fat can be smelled exiting from the hole.
Smells like home.
Y'all were gone for a day and a half. You brought back a beast, a little bit of chest, and half of your crew is missing? What the fuck? What happened out there? Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Should we bring Tex along with us? Or just say he's with the retinue, or do we want to hold off until Andy can actually be here?
Let's hold off until Andy can actually be here and leave him to hopefully, trustfully, help.
I've paid him. He's loyal to a paycheck, so.
And if he's guarding where the paycheck's coming from, maybe he can earn some more.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think he's seen what we can do. I don't think he's gonna try to immediately Shanghai those ships.
I've left orders with my men that he's not to be left alone with any of the chests, and he's not to be let onto the command deck at all.
What about his bird?
He was not mentioned specifically, my lord. I do feel that was a failing on my part.
It will be fine. If they double-cross us, I'm much faster.
And so, you begin.
The dark where we can take these blindfolds off.
You find yourselves under cover of stone neck overhead. It's comfortable. Yep. It's a nice kind of like a brimstone smell, ancient wood smoke, stale air.
Do my wings, even though they're kind of folded up, emit any sort of like glow?
I don't believe they would. No.
Okay. Probably just like when I extend them out is when it would do that, but yeah, I get you.
Foam and smoke. I don't see where there would be any kind of light.
Well, it said it was basically like a cloak of like fire and smoke. That's why I was wondering, but it's not an
No,
important thing.
if that was how you originally described
Yeah, like the
it, I don't-
Balrog wings, basically how I described them.
You did. I'm sure you did. It wouldn't be enough to cast light.
Mhm.
You would be seen, but it would not light the environment.
That's what I figured it would be
like
like,
a,
that.
like a
So they-
cigarette.
Yeah.
They are called wings.
It's not that important.
On a
It
seraph,
doesn't say it.
on a seraph, they're called wings.
This is true. He ain't no seraph.
On a daemon, they would be wings of darkness if we're going in diametrical opposition.
It's not. It's
So-
not. I've realized I've caused an argument that was not important.
Not an argument.
Let's just go.
Semantics.
I would assume there's some sort of lookout for when we're coming back in.
The sappers
Yeah.
camp is still in place. There are still a few of their numbers. Didn't go with that, so.
That's where I woke up.
Just keep walking.
Um,
What if everything that had happened had just been a fever dream? Like you blew yourself up. We've never even left the cave.
that's awesome.
I never left the cave.
You never
that
left
was
the cave.
me waking up after the explosion.
You just thought you left. I've done everything, including the stuff you thought you did. That would be fixed nightmare.
that would be a bit of a nightmare.
But I'm a prince. I'm a prince.
Who are you? Anyway. It was me, Dio. It was me, Flash. I ruined your life. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Kronos gets the attention of one of the three sappers that are
Flash.
in the camp. Send a runner to ahead. Let them know that the expedition has returned.
Hey, we are not the same as when we left.
There's been some changes.
The sapper takes off and beats feet down the path of the cavern, and you guys can progress at your own speed.
Pulling off the bandanas.
You're not alone. As soon as you reach for yours, everybody else starts pulling theirs off. Suddenly, you remember what it's like to see clearly without that weird, funky, woven haze in front of you.
I do not look forward to have to go back out.
It was a long walk to get there, so it's a long walk to get back to the Wailing Gallery. But you do find yourselves back in the center of, can we say, the Infernus culture, in a hole in the ground.
Yeah. The war camp, basically. Unit's forward operating base, basically. We've returned to our Saigon. I am curious, like, not necessarily. I'm curious if as we're going, how the other Infernus are reacting to see at like us return, but also see that change that's clearly happened to me.
And the reduced numbers.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that following them?
Yeah.
Why
Why does it smell like that?
Why does it smell like that? Why is he holding those reins? What? You changed. I came back with a pet.
Half of us are dead.
People are definitely stopping and staring. It's not quite the open mouth paw
As
that you've grown accustomed to over the past.
they haven't seen the wings yet. They just see like got a weird cloak.
What is that? What is that thing walking behind?
Why does it smell like that?
What's coming out of its ass?
Oh, it shits just like us.
Well, that's a relief.
It's true the horse thought so.
It's not long before you find yourself having passed the Kronos' camp, where some of the men are diverted, but there are 10 of you guys left, of her men left. So, like, the most wounded, the least healed of them stay at the camp, and the rest continue on with you guys. And
6 diver on, the other 4 staying with us.
eventually, yeah, basically. Eventually, you guys find yourselves at the gate of the Wailing Gallery. Kronos whispers to the attendant waiting outside, who dips inside and returns almost immediately swinging with his Imperial Majesty proceeds.
Shall we?
Wait.
I needed that one.
My sons!
Should have picked up.
It was an impulse.
My son! What is this beast? It doesn't belong in here, Vic Ryman. Remove it immediately.
But it's carrying stuff for you, sir.
Really?
We bring information and spoils, my lord.
Really?
And I will go, and I'm going to do something it's not necessarily, it is a different, like the regular salute for like the warriors is like that, but then I will actually unfurl my wings and take a full knee in front of him.
As you do so, the smoke kind of hits the ground and flares around you.
There's like pulses of fire.
That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. He looks down appreciatively and rise, my son. Many stories to tell.
Before he stands up, look at the horse. Do that.
Get the horse to kneel. It's like, I don't kneel for nobody. It's like, I like you. I don't like you that much.
Tail.
16. That's a 13. I don't think that worked.
Not enough to start doing tricks.
And I will rise, and now very clearly the wings have still extended to show I'm not the same as I was. Something happened. It's like, my Hexarch father, things have changed dramatically in the last 2 days, I guess we would call them.
Yeah. Your son gave birth.
You turn to make eye contact with your father and tell him. Given what you've heard recently, there's a chink. There's a crack.
And I see it.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Gotcha.
Especially given the delivery that he just made, the words that he said, things have changed. You see that. The muscles in the jaw.
Hmm. But I will continue.
And then, sorry,
You could-
are the two of you kind of competing right now?
Mhm.
Is that intentional?
Probably.
Okay,
We're both. We are trying to deliver information.
right.
Actually, you know what? I don't think it's I don't think it's purposeful. I think it's unconsciously we're trying to be the one to deliver the news.
Yeah,
Okay.
the one-uppage.
Yeah.
So things have changed. He gave birth.
You played it first.
That is a rather uncouth way of explaining what occurred, brother.
Is it?
It's not correct.
But you brought new life into.
I can explain.
I would have you do so.
Upon leaving the cavern and taking our first steps upon the surface, it is alien to us. It is bright. There are colors. The air is clean. Water runs clear. As we made for greenery, a tree line with budding life upon it, I felt a change in me. Before even leaving the cavern, I was able to numb the demise of one of the sappers who unfortunately lost their life in a mishap amongst trying to open the cavern.
It wasn't me.
You were the one that threw it.
Yes, but that was a malfunction of the device.
Hmm. I was able to numb his passing. And then upon nearly reaching this green tree line, I felt a sharpness and pain, and these sprouted from my back. I flexed the wings. And it seems the side effect of that was my blood spattered upon the greenery around and created strange creatures.
And they weren't nice.
No, they were not friendly to us or anything else. We were able to fell a few of them.
The meat was very.
Yes, the meat gave regenerative qualities to us.
Good.
Yes, we would need experimentation, but unfortunately the surviving beasts ran off, and we were not in a position to pursue them.
It was not.
We lost a few of our people to that combat. We were fortunate to make quick allies, though. A mortal from this realm. A band of raiders, much like our own reavers. They were on their way to attack a nearby settlement, and inadvertently came to our aid. After a show of strength, we earned the respect of their leader, Makara, and allied to assist in their raid for a cut of the spoils.
And you were successful?
Indeed. It cost us more than I would want to admit of our troops. We lost half of our number, but in doing so we came back with a mighty treasury, as well as the full allyship of Makara's clan, promising 4,000 additional raiders to the cause.
Barbarian, my lord, who swore blood oath to my lord Strix. Indeed.
Unfortunately, I wasn't too terribly privy to the lady.
No, he vanished.
That night, I got teleported. I don't have it. The result of which, though, I did manage to learn that we have cover.
Found out, my lord, we stand at the precipice of this nation's capital. The settlement just around the exterior of our cavern is their seat of power, and they bear little walls.
It seems the main castle has walls, but nothing else.
Fascinating.
in addition to this cover, we do not have to present ourselves as invaders. We can disguise ourselves as gifts, as they call.
How so?
It seems that a new moon has shown up very recently, and whenever one of these moons shows up, they bring gifts to races with them. Only one race has been discovered so far, and that was us. So, we don't have to present ourselves as invaders. But that doesn't have to change.
Assuming this secondary other race does not eventually manifest itself, that could be true. We need to see that if there is a secondary race, that it is stalled, apprehended.
Or we could present ourselves first.
Make them appear as they are the usurpers to our placement.
I see the merit of that.
Yes. I wanted to bring this to you personally, Father, and I will present the crown. It is a piece of the treasury I was able to secure, and I thought it most fitting to an emperor to wear something upon his brow.
He just gives a little flick of his finger to Kronos, and Kronos takes it from your hands, and turns it in front of him. He does not touch it.
It will likely need modification to fit within your horns, but I think it would be befitting that the first pit of spoils goes to you.
An appropriate gift, my son.
Aside from that, we have 80 other chests of just as valuable, if not maybe a few more. It seems that this realm uses gold, silver, and gemstones as currency.
We shit gold here.
Yes.
Or at home.
Yes, it may be pertinent to see if the imps may be able to ferry more of these valuables to us. Raids will provide this currency if we shall continue it, but having deeper coffers for an empire is much more pertinent.
If it's seen as precious here, then it should be easy enough.
Yes, I've also secured the retainership of a debt collector, is the easiest term. He has contacts across many of the settlements here, and he may not be one of us, but his spirit is very much. He particularly enjoys contracts.
Keep whoever you will in your service, but see to it that they are not admitted in our cavern, in our privy, none of our affairs.
Of course.
Only what they need to know in order to serve the spirit of growth.
Of course. It will be the same with the orcs, the raiders.
Orcs.
They are brutish, but effective. They have primitive but strong warrior spirits.
They work for blood, you say?
This group work for blood. They are raiders much like ourselves in many regards.
They take payment in buckets or barrels or...
They want the same valuables that every other of these species want here. And thanks to our assistance, they were able to create a generational gathering of this wealth. They are quite beholden to us, including that's not on top of the blood oaths.
4,000 strong, you say?
Yes, and if the 4,000 are as the 20 that we fought with, they are strong allies.
Sack the city.
That is
40 men.
It was a relatively small settlement. but it was... They put up a fearsome fight. We used our sappers to breach their walls and give these raiders and the settlements a chance at something that's never happened. They were unexpected. These people don't seem to fight like that. At least not the small settlement we encountered.
They don't seem to hoard information. Much of what I've collected came for free.
What comparable information, though? What information of comparable worth might you have gathered?
It seems that there are multiple royalties in this area, and it seems that one of them may or may not be the laughing stock of royalties. Between that and the significant lack of defenses at the capital just behind us, I'm inclined to believe that that might be where they sit. The other royalty, I do not have much information. Nobody started laughing at their name. Nobody said anything in particular. It feels as though these two royalties are at odds with each other to a degree. So sowing discord between them should be very easy.
Lord, I would recommend sending some of our skirmishers under the cover of darkness to see what other information can be gathered. If they are as some of the lessers of our home, their lips become quite loose with a bit of wine.
It seems that showing ourselves in the proper light might be warranted for there to establish ourselves as gifts, as you say.
Nobody seemed to dismayed by my presence. Nobody that saw me. All seemed more curious.
The vision of my dear brother being sullied away by whatever powers did so will cause a bit of disruption of information. As being part of the raid, it is a small town with low population. I mean, if we act quickly enough, we should be able to dissuade or disrupt any sort of information of our involvement. There were several vessels running along the river, two of which have been claimed for Eurexes. One was allowed to leave as a promise that at least some may survive these raids to make them more powerful. If we killed everyone, then the hammer would come down much harder.
And how would word spread?
Assuming that the ship that was allowed to survive heads directly for the capital. Then again, they would be moving up a river. They may not want to do so. There's a lot of variables that's involved.
Be right behind you if I'm to understand.
Yes, it would take them a lot longer moving up against the currents of the river. It is not impossible that word may reach, but I suspect we have time in order to establish our own narrative.
Seems we might send a company out to stand guard on the river to prevent such attacks out.
If the ship that could be pertinent to at least prevent the ship from reaching them too quickly. I do not know if there is any others that would be coming. we also do need to send relief forces to those holding the ships currently in port.
Waggle the finger at Chrono. Good job.
As well as sending several groups of souls in order to offload your treasure.
I'm impressed and somewhat disappointed. The worth of your information needs must bear more fruit. Yes, let's see to your beast.
I will present the horse.
I will also mention, this is a similar beast to what the orc raiders were using as fast to move about quickly. Beast of burden, as I understand.
Beast of burden and of war.
Yes, they're quite versatile.
This one really likes me. I don't unload the saddle there.
Kronos and a couple of men start laying out all of there's clothing, there's reams of fabric, there's artwork, there's masonry, claywork, statuary. It's a nice wide range of loot that was gathered from these traders' ships. And he's kind of walking along, observing everything, not necessarily particularly interested in any one thing, just absorbing it. This is very good. Let me turn this back on you and walk back. On both of you. And once the Emperor gets 3 steps away, courtiers come in, start shuffling back to Alice.
The ones just fold back into the cloak.
Kronos also shuffled with you, and the courtier asks for you, please, to stand at the gate, and tries to grab the reins.
Bring the horse.
And starts to pull, and then he releases, and the guy ends up taking a tumble as the horse kind of walks right on by him. Comes and he bumps into the back of your neck with his muzzle, and the gate closes behind. You can go through the quarters, over the
As the gate is closed, I wish to look through it past a
okay.
I want to use see through your eyes on the Hexwright.
Is there any sort of give to this? Is there a tell?
No. After having doing so, I wish to mount the horse and focus on what the Hexwright sees and says.
Look at
that. I will take that advantage to.
It's already 8? Wow. We're boogieing, oh my goodness.
The games continue, my friend. I think I've won this round.
Yeah, this round.
I said this round.
And I'm not arguing with you.
put him on the spot.
Yeah, I was checking what spell that was. That's a fun spell. I want to argue that I might be able to figure out what you're doing, but I can't because I don't know magic.
Yeah,
I just got power.
Your character doesn't know what's going on. I'm literally on a horse taking a nap. For all you know.
I'm just gonna get real awkward because I was gonna talk to you.
I don't think there's a whole lot to talk about. I think my character was the preparing himself to go back to the surface to work on creating relationships with locals to get us in that direction of, yeah, we're the good guys, right?
Right? Absolutely. The small town in the middle of nowhere got hit by raiders and saw these strange horned fellows just happen to be in the area. Our scouts were exploring. And then they attacked us.
Look, are all of your people good? I can't say all of our people. I can't say all of you.
The machinations are strong.
Yeah.
Would the Emperor have any defense against such a spell? And the Emperor for months. And only on this side of the river. I think he might be defenseless against it. Fascinating. Not defenseless.
But the wrench is dead.
I am so intrigued. I am so fascinated. The good news is the music doesn't seem to be triggering the mic. Really?
And if you talk, then the whole thing gets put way down. Just like it's supposed to.
Like it's supposed to, exactly.
I love you too.
You sneaky bastard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I put you on the spot?
Very much so. Very much so.
I feel it is very pertinent to us to know what's going on behind those doors right now. So here's the thing. Choose target within very far range. You can see through their eyes and hear through their ears. You can transition between your own senses or the target's freely until you cast another spell or until your next rest.
Dad TV.
Yes. I'm not sorry.
You should not be. You should not be.
That's I was washing my hands and then I kind of like did some on my face and it just. Oh. Did you run over a clown? A tiny little clown?
This chair came in yesterday?
Yeah.
Day before yesterday?
Day before yesterday, yeah.
So it's still new, and the fucking pressure locks on the wheels are really good, really sensitive. They don't rotate for a goddamn bit. If there's any pressure on them at all.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
They don't want you to get out easy.
They don't mind me getting out as long as I get out in the same direction as the last rotation I did.
No.
No. That's not the way it happens. You scoot in, and then you scoot over. You have to scoot over that way that you just scooted over. That's the only way it'll go.
Yeah, through your eyes is going to be interesting. You can do it at very far range.
That's why I was only concerned about being able to see him. Looking back as the door closed.
But do you have to like maintain, or do you just have to see them to initiate?
I just have to see it to initiate. And it lasts until I rest or cast another spell.
And you can tune in and tune out as you will.
Nasty.
Really good for collecting information.
I imagine so, yeah.
Another couple of minutes. Keep talking, right? Wow.
cheatsy little witch.
Love you.
Cheatsy little warlock.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry in the least. I've been wanting to use this spell for a while, but I've been wanting to use it for the right thing.
You gotta use it on Pops, man?
Look, I was planning on using it on one of your servants to spy on you for a little bit. But no. This feels more immediately perfect. And it doesn't even say once per rest. It just says I can use it until I cast another spell. Or until my next rest. Which means I can cast as many times as I want. Brother, they have really soft beds here. Did you know that?
Soft beds?
Yes. I teleported in the middle of the night. So I went into town, collected a decent bit of information, and then found out that they have places where you could buy beds. So I bought a bed for the night. The room sucked, but the bed was soft.
I'm so happy you were able to enjoy a bit of luxury instead of doing the mission that we were both sent on.
I didn't ask to get teleported.
You certainly made the most of it, it seems.
Wouldn't you?
No.
Why not?
Because unlike you, I have more experience and focus.
I was focused on getting information. Nothing's happened. Why are you taking notes?
There's a lot I'm gonna need to. Sorry, guys, this is a real wingdinger. He threw at me.
You're good. I will go ahead since we're kind of. I don't know if we're going to set out right away, but I would like to go ahead and swap Second Wind for Voice of Reason, since it seems we're going into more conversationally bits.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you gonna pay the stress fee or?
I'll go ahead and pay the stress fee. Yeah. I may get another rest before we do anything else. I don't know, but I'll go ahead and pay the stress fee. Is it just the cost of the card I'm swapping in, or is it the total cost of the card swapping?
It's just it'll automatically do it, but it should just be that little electric symbol up in the top corner.
Yeah, but just on the one that's coming in, I think.
Okay.
Yes. From what I've noticed doing my thing swapping on other characters.
Oh, wow. I missed this part of Voice of Reason. So I get advantage on action rolls to de-escalate violent situations and convince someone to follow your lead. Additionally, when all my stress slots are marked, I get a +1 bonus to my proficiency for damage.
Huh? Why is that there?
I don't know! So if I have all my stress marked, I go up to 3 proficiency.
What is that, Splendor?
Yeah, it's a Splendor thing. Voice of Reason.
Cool. Why?
That makes no sense. I don't know, man. I don't like the game.
It's a cool detail. But like, why is that there? Is what's confusing me most. You're stressed as fuck. Why are you doing more damage when you're trying to talk people down? Huh? That's Daniel, are you going to quit?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good. Definitely make sure that this music that you're playing isn't going to mess up the recording.
Well, as it seems to get.
Yeah, that's why I've left it on. It doesn't seem to be impinging on anything.
Okay. I just wanted to bring that up.
No, and it's a good thought.
Doesn't seem to.
No, seriously, I've adjusted the ducking so that anytime anybody speaks, anytime it hears a sound, the music volume is reduced and takes longer for it to fill back in when quiet happens. So, when there is complete silence and only the music can be heard, it's not registering at all on the mics. And it was when we were using the Clank jack.
Yeah.
So that seems to be completely resolved. But good looking at.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Oh, this is on the way. Shit, I want to wait tonight. No, this is normal closing time. It's just she's not usually supposed to work Mondays. That's the oddball here. Brother, are you satisfied with that meeting?
I suppose there wasn't much to gain. There wasn't much more to do other than just simply report in what we discovered and what you were able to gather. Are you satisfied with that meeting?
I wish there was more information we could have given, but given the losses and the gains, that was bountiful.
Indeed.
But more raw information would have been my preference.
Of course. And don't sell yourself too short, brother. You're in a new land and you were sullied away by an unimaginable force, unknown to you or I or any of this world.
Unimaginable indeed. If only I could have gotten more rest before it happened. But if I had, then the timing would have been terribly off. I don't think I would have met you guys when I did.
That would have been such a pity.
And if it hadn't happened at all, I would have been able to participate in the raid, which doesn't sound bad. I don't know if I would have had the same fun you would have, but
Perhaps a few of our men would have died.
I don't know. I'm not a healer, so.
Only, I guess. Sorry. I suppose we may never know the answer to that.
Not for this particular. Perhaps the next one.
Perhaps. perhaps the next will be upon the capital itself. You can more than make up for your lost time.
We'll see what Father decides first.
Yes. Should not act too rashly. Good raids take time to plan after all.
They do take time to plan, but once executed, they take time to clean up.
That's why you make sure as a raider you're not there for the cleanup. Then again, we are not exactly trying to raid.
Only control. It's not cash flow involved?
Nope.
No, it just
It
works.
just freaking happens.
I'm sorry you're not getting out of this.
No, that's all right. It's not that I'm trying to get out of it.
There would be.
Before I dig too much into this.
Or at least give them a chance to notice something happen. So no.
No, there's not a thing. Choose target within far range. That's all it says. You can see through their eyes. It doesn't even say choose a target you can see.
You just have to see them initially on the contact.
No, it says choose a target.
Oh yeah! You don't even have to see them
It says choose a target.
Within
very far range. You can see and hear through their senses.
That's it.
That's wild.
I just have to know they exist and that they are within very far range.
Dude, full political games in Daggerheart would be wild.
If you play the cards right.
Everyone takes grace. Holy shit. Everyone plays a class that lets you be grace.
That is a grace. Now, that's the fascinating thing. Bard, Warlock, and I think Rogue. That's it. And guess what? All three of those are political classes.
Yeah, they stacked. They stacked that.
Okay. If you don't mind, so we can go ahead and let her get settled, and that'll give me another minute or two. Sorry, Daniel.
You're good.
Make sure it works right. It's in the right order.
No.
Hello, Dan.
Welcome, Monster.
Thank you. No, I'm loving you. Take my love. There.
It's not great.
What do you do?
I gave the bartender more information than I should have.
My friends were headed to Orrery.
Ah,
You thought she. Close my face.
Interesting. That's only bad if the information about Florum gets back to there. So
you better hope it doesn't.
Fate roll.
No, right now we're kind of relying on that one ship not making it to the next port.
Seem to stalled out, so how does the horse know where to go?
So I imagine the horse would be following the path we came in. If not, at least following him.
My quarters are not necessarily next to yours.
As far as you're concerned, I fell asleep on top of the horse. And if the horse is just following you, you just go about whatever you feel like doing.
I'm just going back to my quarters.
Right.
If it follows me back to the, it's like,
Shoot!
Gone.
said fetch one of his servants to take it over to where he sleeps. Please.
As you will, madam. Alright. The door closes. And out of view, a voice speaks up. As soon as the door can be heard to be closed, a voice speaks up. Thick Ryman, my lord, seems to be under some sway. He must be tracked, my lord, and eyes, I fear, will not suffice. Agreed. If he can be taken against his will, if that is as he says, against his will. This is a critical weakness. Strix has changed, my lord. He has bred a cancer which may benefit us. Agreed as well. We must learn more of these beasts. Can they be influenced or tamed? It sounds as though some had escaped, my lord. We can send men out to see about trapping some. Also, we could just cut the boy. The incubus lord Onkeki of the
Incubus Assembly would have an update. He seemed quite strident, my lord. Yes, Ophalos, I know. I have yet to make report to him. Now it would seem as good a time as any, if only to stall him until we can learn more. Open the portal. As you will, my lord. He turns around. The king, the emperor, turns around, and you see a 3-foot-tall, winged black figure with red eyes and sharp, shining teeth. This is Ophalos, the imp who has been advising. Ophalos gives a Doctor Strange kind of weave of his arms and hands, and a white smoke, sulfur smoke and brimstone stink starts to fill the air. A portal forms, but nothing comes through it. Through it, the hazy form can be seen, but it is a silhouette amidst smoke. Your report is past due. Sorry for my brain. Adrianus. Apologies, my lord. I had an operation in effect, and have only recently received word that the expedition was a success. We have sent a team to the surface world and have gleaned much in the way of information and acquired much in the way of resources, though it seems the resources that are hard to come by in this world are strewn about our streets and ours. Gold, my lord. Gold is precious to the denizens of the surface world. If my lord would see fit to have the imp's portal a substantial substance, I feel the effort would be well rewarded. Ophalos, see to it. Yes, my lord. What are the news? There is politics here, as there is in the 10th Circle. We are still learning the names and characters of the players here. As I mentioned, the news is still fresh. I have yet to debrief survivors and gather all the details that I would submit to my lord. If you would be so kind as to allow me another day or so to coordinate the information, I will be happy to pass it on. Understood. I would that I had more information for my lord. Unfortunately, I need the time to which you have just agreed. I will have Follows make contact with you once I have the report to submit. Very well, be on with it. The portal closes. he turns again to one of the courtiers and says, "Get me Kronos. I would speak with her." And dispatch some others to debrief the survivors. We need to know as much as we can about what happened. Servant feet scatter as they go to manifest the will of the Emperor. That is all I have right now to be able to offer you. We can check in on him when I've had a little more time to court.
This communication portal is new to us, isn't it?
We knew that the imps would ferry information. We didn't know he could open a direct line.
Interesting. That is fascinating piece.
As you check in over the course of the remainder of the evening, he meets with Kronos. Kronos spends a good 2 or 3 hours detailing the birth of the Rift Stalkers, the emergence of your wings. She spends a lot of time detailing the reaction of her men to Strixus and how he seems to be emerging as a figure of not just power, but of we'll stop short of saying worship and say reverence.
Expected. I expected that, having seen that myself. So
she expresses how impressed she was with his facility with command. He seems to have stepped into the role of commander quite naturally. She didn't need to coach very much. And when she was about to, frequently he was already doing what she was about to suggest. So she seems quite impressed with him. You are very much more of a unknown quantity. The same concerns that Ophalos expressed, she expresses also. If he can come and go at his own whim, or worse, at the whim of someone else, then Fikriman could prove to be more a liability than an asset to Thrawn. The fact that you, in the time that you were gone, had so little information of true value. In aggregate, it is useful information to have, but it ain't no 8,000 or 6,000 warriors and a potential new food source / army that Strixus has produced.
When you compare it like that, it's just not fair.
It kind of
Pretty words don't compare to tangible resource acquirements.
I don't argue with that.
that literally is your milieu, your way of doing things, has in among the piddly rank and file of lowly soldiers talking to managers and commanding officers one level above. It's served you very well.
Yeah.
But you're finally suddenly find yourself playing with big boys in a big
We're playing with
I'm-
the big boys now.
I'm still working on that old stock
Yeah.
set.
You're
I need to up that.
you need to scale up here, and that is becoming abundantly clear. As much talk has been devoted to the successes of Strix as only talk of you as a liability has emerged out of this. The entire expedition seems to have come out in the favor of Strixus, hands down. You were either also there, or you were very, very particularly not there. So, yeah, you're going to have to do some work to shore up your position.
That's fair. But I have horse.
Have a horse. I have ships. I got ships. I got an army. You have one horse. I got 6,000.
I'm just saying, I got a horse. You got boats in a river.
And
Yeah, you can only go
6,000.
2 directions. You can go all the other ones.
You know what? I'll ride on one of the 6,000 horses I also acquired with the army. How about that? Oh, wait, I don't need to. I can fucking fly!
That being said, and unfortunately, Daniel is privy to this information,
Mhm.
obviously, but this is very meta.
Mhm.
After the meeting with Kronos, he assigns a detail of skulkers to keep Strixus at bay and listen very closely to his communications with others. If he seems to be trying to position himself to take over, to move on the throne any earlier than is normally expected for a son to move on his father in furnace culture.
Yeah. It's expected I'll kill him one day. Or at least try to
He
kill him.
wants to go. Hadrianus is rushed. He feels a pressure being exerted by the assembly, by the Incubus assembly. You would have been astonished, but you're not there. So for you to have seen the commanding, regal figure of your father calling someone else my lord, that alone was rather striking.
Yeah, I can imagine so.
It would have been, you would have been like, oh my god, he's just a man.
It's like something I think Strixus knows because of the hierarchy, but like seeing it would be like,
Experiencing it, being present for it.
It would have been a real shock to your system. For you, it's an important lesson.
That there are people above.
And exactly, that means that maybe you do have some recourse. You can find a way to tap into that. That's as much as I can offer you right now.
That's plenty.
But that will take you through to your next rest.
That's plenty. Frankly, that's more than I was looking for, so.
I will say, as part of like this downtime stuff here, what I would like to do, obviously, take some time to actually get out of my armor, rave, rest, eat food I'm used to.
Right.
Then I actually want to go to where the wounded are kept, so I can actually
practice.
Practice the healing part.
Okay.
Because it seems like with this power, I can't necessarily, as I understand how it works, I can't make wounds worse. I can heal them, and I can numb the pain. Like, the primary thing is I know is like a numb pain, and I might be able to help with minor wounds. I want to see, basically, this is going to be me testing how far can it go. Like, what are my limitations with this power? It's like, can I prevent someone's death fully? Well, I don't want to kill one of the men to try that, but like, how grievous of wounds can I heal? Like,
Right.
with a touch, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So the easiest way for you to do that would be, as we mentioned earlier on the way in, several of the wounded that managed to come back among the survivors.
Yeah.
Are right back at Cronus's camp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically, I would have gone to get out of the armor, take a few minutes for just myself to clean, take care of myself, and then I would head over there.
It's a relatively short walk. The cavern is only so big, and you step in through the gate into Cronus' camp. I'm gonna use it.
What?
Sorry, separate chain of thought.
You're good.
Sorry, but that got both of our attentions.
It's like, I'm gonna use it, like, what now? What do
It's a nuclear bomb!
I'll live.
I could dodge it.
I got 4 armor slots, 9 health. I'm good.
I got 5 armor slots.
Hey,
I got up to 13
rules
evasion.
is written. The max damage we can take is 4.
We're good.
Rules is written. That's all we can take.
That's 6 health points.
I got 9.
We got this.
We got it.
We can take a nuke.
We got it. Hey, if we crit, we'll take maybe half damage anyway.
Look, and then I've got Patron's Mantle. On top of all of that.
I can roll a d6 to maybe not lose my last armor slot, and I can heal myself.
Yeah, throw a nuke at us.
Let's go!
All right.
Did we really just tell that to the DM?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
I'll see what I can do, boy.
We went somewhere.
You enter the camp, and what was a camp of 20 strong men has been reduced, but they do not seem to be morose or sad. They seem upbeat. They seem it's not what you expected when you walked in.
I think it actually might be.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Raiders... I mean, Infernus culture is not very... Like, we're tied by, like, camaraderie and a brotherhood, but we aren't that emotionally attached to individuals, barring some exceptions, of course, because it exists in every culture.
Right.
But we were successful in our mission, and those who died on a successful mission. If it was a failure, I could imagine it being surprised, like, why are you all celebrating? We failed. But I'm sure there's. I like to think of it, especially with like raiders and skirmishers. Like, if you make it back from the fight alive, even if you lost some of your buddies, that's still a victory because you lived, so they live too.
Right. All right. As you walk through the camp, these men see you and they rise. They salute. Even the wounded among them. You'll notice on 1 1/2 of them. On their left arm, I say 1 1/2 because the third one, excuse me, the 1 1/2, right? The second one is not complete. Tattoo.
Yo, that's badass. Also bad for me. Oh, that's bad for me. Leverage. Damn, that's cool. Damn, that's bad for me. Okay. I take notice of it. I think he's trying to keep composure. I think he's genuinely confused. He is genuinely confused. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But he's not saying that out loud. Is Kronos around? Or is she still meeting with the Hexarch?
At this point, she would still be. She would be in her meeting with the Hexarch.
I'll look for whoever the acting commanding officer in her stead is. Then, basically, just to touch bases with the command structure.
That is Alvianus. He was he's her second, and he was also a survivor. He was unharmed.
Alvianus.
Yes. My lord.
I come with a bit of a personal request that I would seek to benefit you and your men as well as myself. As you are well aware that I have acquired new talents in our expedition, but they are unrefined. And should you and your men consent to it, I would seek your help in refining my ability to soothe and close wounds.
As we saw.
Yes, I must admit it was quite a shock to myself. So I'm looking to learn what else I can do. I should also ask. Looking over to the gentleman that's getting the tattoo, how many others have marks like that?
To my knowledge, it's only the 2, but there have been requests. But only the 2 so far.
I'm a bit confused.
It's a badge of honor that they served on the first expedition, the expedition under which you manifested, my lord.
I suppose it was a bit shocking to see.
The tattoos seem a bit much. I thought a patch for the armor might be more apropos, but
I can't deny the artistry, though. It's quite beautiful. But I have to have a talk with the commander about that. I don't necessarily want to stop them from expressing themselves, but encouraging something as this may be problematic in the future.
I see.
Yes.
I do understand, my lord.
I'll see to it that these are the last two that are the last that are issued in such a way, and perhaps might reinforce the idea that a badge would be more appropriate.
It certainly would be. The thought is appreciative. I can make that known to them itself, but I don't want to cause issues in hierarchy.
Agreed, my lord. The waves of such a tidal nature could be destructive to many.
That's... be that as it may, I still have come here for a task.
He's been maneuvering you back to the tents.
Try to stop that shit real fucking fast.
And you are so glad that you saw it before me.
Yes, I am. Because fuck, if you found that before I did.
Outside one of the tents, Albianus knocks on one of the posts that upon which the canvas is hung, and says, Grievous, my lord Strixus would have words. My lord, I'd get up to see you in, but unfortunately you'll have to see yourself in.
I come in.
And Grievous is laid up on his bunk. His leg is been he's got it raised up on a separate trunk. A gash running down his thigh and then past the knee down into the calf. It looks as though it would have been really, really painful. It's lucky that he didn't bleed out with the wound this long and this deep.
Tell me. Was this gained in the raid?
It was, my lord, at the guards' barracks.
Ah, you were there. Good. It's a scar well earned then.
I wear it proudly, if gingerly, my lord.
I may be able to help you. I seek your assistance. You, as well as the rest of the expedition, are aware of my new abilities that have come in. I would seek an experiment. I believe I am not only able to numb the pain of wounds to allow the passing of someone easily, I believe I can, as shown with the commander, close the wound. Heal it.
I heard word of that. I've witnessed your aid to the sapper, but only heard rumors of your service to Commander Kronos.
If you would allow me to attempt, so I may learn better, as well as soothe some of your own pain.
Anything I can do to help, my lord.
I'll go over and place my hands kind of like, I know I can't encompass the whole wound, but like at one end, and focus on that spark that I felt before.
Gotcha. Is there a target number in
13.
13.
How about a crit? Double nines!
Hot damn. Describe to me how the wound knits itself together.
So, as it works, I have to mark a stress in order to clear that. So basically, free, because I got a crit. And it heals 2 hit points or 2 stress. I don't know what that translates to this wound. I don't know how much leeway you'll give me with a crit.
With a crit, if you don't take the hope, I will let you heal the wound.
I'll take that. So I kind of go over and focus on that spark that I felt. It felt like... The best way to describe it is originally... It's with all the chaos and everything that was going on, he felt it almost like firecrackers. Just sparks in the dark. But now as he's focusing on it, he's able to actually kind of coalesce it into a stable fire that's within himself. And that fire translates kind of down his shoulder and coats the wound. And while there's heat, it is a soothing heat, and it kind of forms itself around the gash and becomes the same width of it, and almost like a zipper being closed, just until the fire fades, and there is a scar. It's not fully healed, but very clearly visible. But he feels immediate relief and a strength return to his leg.
If I may add one small detail. Along the center of that seam,
Mhm.
a wheel of red scar tissue,
Mhm.
the exact shade of your skin. From
Just making more marks on people.
the top of his mid-thigh to the middle of his calf on his left side, he now has a red seam that runs right along.
Red racing stripe. He's like, and I think there's a bit of sweat on my brow. That was a new experience.
My lord! And he just kind of slowly, but not gingerly, not delicately, just stands up. I cannot thank my lord enough.
Blessings from below.
Blessings from below.
Thank you for indulging me in that experiment. It's good to know.
It is my honor, my lord, my privilege.
Yes. Use your newfound healing well to serve the Hexarch as the days go.
Sorry, that was me doing that.
Yeah, not serve me, serve the Hexarch. This is about the Hexarch. This is not about me. It's like, shit. I'm trying to learn about what I can do, and I'm doing the shit that would make me a problem. I'm not even giving you the shovel. I'm digging the hole for you. I gotta get ahead of this.
I'll be honest. He has to shake himself from reverie when you stand and rise to face him to see where we're going next. He shakes himself, and even as he's trying to turn away, he's still looking at the scar.
Where are the other wounded, I'll be honest.
Oh. No, don't worry, I have a button now.
Button.
Button.
Love you.
You too. Porcio, my lord. This way. This way, of course.
We can keep making rules, or we can just talk it through. It's up to you.
It is 9:50.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, well, let's make quicker work of it then.
Let's say 3 rolls, just see how many I get through.
The Porcio, those are the 2 major ones.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, there can be one more minor to
Round it out. Because I got prayer dice I gotta spend anyway, so. Alright, so first one. Let's double check numbers. Success on that one. I am getting more. I am going to be marking stress as I go, just so you're aware. Because this takes stress for me to do it. Second one. That also works. Both of these are with hope. I thought that was another crit for a second. Also success. I don't even need to use the prayer dice. So those are 3 successes with hope. But I do accumulate 3 stress as I do this.
Okay, Porcio had a wound across across his side and abdomen that was deep and was actually leaking bile. That one was successfully healed. And then Bellicus had a broken wrist. No actual broken skin or anything like that. But we've seen you knit skin and muscle. We've seen you mend internal organs. And we've seen you knit bone.
I think by the end of that, I kind of take a second, coming out of the other tent, just...
You are definitely feeling drained.
Like, I'm trying to keep composure, but it is this is new. I look worn.
Yeah.
If there are others, they will have to. I fear they will have to heal up on their own, I expect.
The rest have only minor injuries, my lord. Bellicus was like, this one would have healed in weeks. My lords, he does too much.
I'm glad to see my selfish curiosity benefits the greater whole.
As are we, my lord. Thank you.
Trying real hard to be fucking humble right now. I'm hoping if I'm showing humility, they won't go fucking crazy.
Honor and favor, brother.
You're not here.
I showed up.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh.
As you come over and like, simply trying to learn more about what I'm capable of. If it benefits the troops, then so be it.
That's fair. I don't think anybody of our race has experienced your abilities yet. Good to know the differences.
Perception check. Roll a d10.
6.
-6 is a 10. Do not see it.
With fear.
I'm glad I shut that shit down quick. I didn't even know you were going to show up, man. I was just like, oh, that's a problem.
I literally rolled a fate dice to see if I would have. There was 1 on the fear.
Uh-oh.
Yep, I'm going to go investigate.
It's like, knowing him, he's with the troops.
Yeah.
Right.
Where would he possibly gain the most? He cares about the troops. He's going to go check the wounded.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that does us for the evening.
Yep.
We're at a stopping point. Definitely, Strix is going to need his rest. Trick Ryman is going to need to process everything that he learned from flying upon his father. And I need to figure out where the fuck we're going from here.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. If you joined us for this long, thank you very, very much. I hope you've noticed an improvement in quality the time we started the game sessions, but definitely from the last couple of episodes. We're working to improve the stream at every opportunity and every way we can. Please reward our efforts by liking, subscribing, telling all of your friends about how fucking awesome we are. You are fucking awesome also, and that is going to be that. I am going to go over here. Oh wait, I have to turn first.
And then?
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!
a phosphor stone sky, a burning white stair. The ground is too soft, like walking on fire, but the pain in my spine tells me where I am at. It starts as an itch, like a blister about to break, like Helen's crawling for the Hexarch's sake. I wear the bones of the beasts I have slain, but this plate on my back is a cage for the pain. Cut the straps, let it loose, I can't hold it inside. There's a pressure building that I cannot hide. The air smells of flowers, a rude alien scent, but I'll show this world what the underworld meant. It pushes, it tears through the skin and the meat, a blessing from below turning into the heat. Bone and viscera tearing the sky, I am the first of the fallen to fly. Fire turns to vapor, a membrane of soot, knitted together where the shadows are put. Wings of the reaver, unholy and new, born of the blood that breaks through. A shotgun explosion, a red wet spray. My blood hits the grass and the green fades away. It's toxic, it's poison. The wildflowers wilt. This purity dies by the blood I have spilled. The bone finger stretch, caught a rise by the flame. I don't know this magic, I don't know its name, but the smoke starts to billow. It catches the breeze while the world starts to rot. I am brought to my knees. Bones and viscera tearing the sky. I am the first of the fallen to fly. Fire turns to vapor, a membrane of soot, knitted together where the shadows are put. Wings of the reaver, unholy and new, born of the blood that breaks through. Look at the smoke, how it thickens and churns. It doesn't just fade, it coalesces and burns. Silhouettes rising from the spray on the field. 19 nightmares refusing to yield. Iridescent shells in the blinding white light. I gave this world cancer, I gave it the blight. Rift stalkers born from the iron in my veins. Extra dimensional rot on the plains. The smoke hardens up like a fabric of gray. A sail for the wind, breaks